Years ago, I made a decision to transform my life from the ground up. I wanted to achieve more, to grow beyond my limits, and yes, to earn more. But there was a problem, a massive one. I could craft the most elaborate plans, meticulous and detailed, but when it came to execution, I was stuck. I'd sit down, ready to work, but instead I'd find myself scrolling through my phone or rearranging my desk. Anything to avoid what I needed to do. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's about avoiding discomfort. Once you grasp that, the entire game changes. At first, I did what anyone would. I turned to the internet. I tried it all. Smart goals, to-do lists, fancy timers. I gave it my all, but no matter what I tried, I found myself back in the same place, staring at the tasks and freezing when it came time to act. Even when I managed to start, I couldn't maintain consistency. Then one day, I came across a quote that struck me like a punch to the gut. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. It hit me because I knew, deep down, I was missing something critical. After reflecting on my failures, I finally understood the problem. I was obsessed with the results, fixated on outcomes, instead of committing to the process. When you begin something new, the effort is enormous, and the results practically invisible. That's discouraging. And when something feels bad, what do? We avoid it. Take my first attempt at creating a YouTube video, for example. I thought, how hard could it be? I just had to write a script, edit the video, create a thumbnail. Sounded simple, but the reality was overwhelming. I'd sit down to write, only to realize I didn't know where to start. Draft after draft, frustration built until I gave up, convincing myself I'd try again tomorrow while binging Netflix. This cycle repeated itself because I was obsessed with creating the perfect video instead of making progress. Here's the truth. When you're trapped in procrastination, forget the results. Your only mission is to get moving. That realization changed everything for me. I stopped measuring success by the quality of my work and started celebrating the fact that I worked at all. Every day I showed up, even if only for 10 minutes, was a victory, and something remarkable happened. Some days I worked for just 10 minutes. Other days, those 10 minutes stretched into hours. I stopped dreading the process because I let go of perfection. That's when I understood. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Now, let's talk about starting small. I once set a goal to work on my video for 2 hours a day. And guess what? I failed on day 1. The bar was too high. My brain rebelled. So, I went back to basics. I set a ridiculously small goal, just 10 minutes a day. And day after day, I crushed it. Here's why this works. Small wins build momentum, and that momentum fuels confidence. Confidence is what drives you forward. It's like leveling up in a video game. You don't go straight to the final boss. You start small, you grind, and you work your way up. Here's something no one tells you about procrastination. It's not one size fits all. Sometimes you procrastinate because you're afraid of failing. Other times, it's because the task feels mind-numbing or too overwhelming. The key to breaking free is understanding what's really holding you back. When I felt stuck, I'd pause and ask myself, what's making this so hard right now? Was I unsure of what to do? Did the task seem too big? Or was I just distracted? Once I understood the root cause, I could tackle it head on, whether that meant breaking the task into smaller pieces, learning a new skill, or just shutting off distractions. Procrastination isn't a life sentence. It's a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. The secret is to focus on progress, not perfection. Take small, consistent steps, and remember, you don't have to feel ready to start. You just have to start. So next time you're tempted to put something off, set a goal so small you can't possibly fail. Take that first step and then the next. Because here's the truth. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. Progress is built on the foundation of those first steps. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be forward. Every small action creates momentum, and every step brings you closer to the person you're striving to become. So, take that step today, and the next, and then the next. Because starting small is the key to achieving something great. Remember, it's your world. Build it.